In this video, I'm going to introduce another geometrical geometry shapes of a conics. Okay, so which can produce from a cone, which is a parabola. All right, parabola is actually a locus of a point. Right, it's defined to be the locus of the point. So where there is a set of point, right, a lot of point, there is many point on the parabola. So I name it to be pxy. Okay, this is a simple explanation. Okay, so where this point is always equidistant from the focus. There is a focus for this parabola, and this distance is always equal to the distance of this point from a line, right? Then this line will be called as directrix. This is the way we define a parabola, because this is a locus. It's a locus that moving along the parabola, or we said a set of point moving such that the distance of any point on the parabola is always equidistant from the focus and also from the directrix. The distance from the directrix and the distance for this parabola, any point on the parabola to this focus, is always the same. For example, if I have a point here, right, the distance from here to here, right, let's say here is A, here also will be A. So this point from the focus and this point from this line is always have a equidistant here. So no matter where is the point, so the distance, for example, this point here, you will have B, and from here to the line is also B. So this line, the special line here, we name as directrix, and the special point here, the fixed point here, we name as the focus here. So this is parabola. So, but to go deeper than this, we need to study calculus, or maybe geometry with calculus, so that we can understand better the whole diagram. All right. So in this video, we just want to talk about the basic of parabolas. All right, the equation, the standard equation of parabola. All right, so if I already tell you that this is the locus of a parabola, so let's see what is the equation of the parabola and how to, based on the equation, we know the shape of the parabola. All right, okay, let's introduce you about the two main equation that we need to know. The standard equation of a parabola. As you know that for circle, it has its own standard equation, and for ellipse, it has its own standard equation, and for parabola also, it has its own standard equation. So for example, the standard equation here will be 4p y minus with k. So this is standard equation of a parabola. There are two types, okay, mainly this is type A, right, the type A, so that you need to know, okay. So, and type B, so where y minus k, that square, and x minus h, that are not square. You see that one of it will be square, right, complete square. For this is x minus h, for this is y minus k, right. So you need to identify and you have to understand this standard equation, so that you can really master the topic of parabola. Alright, let's start with type A. So for type A, the parabola, from this equation we can actually identify. So as you know that parabola consists of focus. Previously I said the three main important things that you must know from parabola is the focus and a directrix. So later I will go detail about this, the directrix, the focus, right? And the shape of the parabola, either is open upwards or open downward, and the focus is always inside the parabola. Alright, so as the first thing here, the three things that I mentioned will be the vertex. Sorry, there is another thing, vertex. So there is a vertex, the focus, and the directrix. So these three things will define a parabola. Alright. So let's look at this. There are no center for parabola. Now, this is a special case. So now, for this case here, let's say if you want to know the vertex, very simple. Just from the equation, and minus h, this will be h, and minus k, this will be k. Means that the vertex, the same thing also, the vertex for this case will be hk. Alright, negative h, h, k. Alright, this is how we read the vertex here. So later and the most important thing is this one. So if you look at this, for this type of case, the graph is either open upwards or open downwards. Alright, open upwards or open downwards. Alright, because why? Because x minus h square, remember that, okay? X minus h square. So the graph is either open up or open down. This is actually the that you learned before, that you not even know that this is actually a parabola, which is a quadratic curve, right? All the quadratic curve that you learned previously is a parabola, which is belong to this type. Alright, actually, if you go detail, a quadratic have a focus, have a directrix. So, for example, this one. So, if it open upwards, how to know that this is open upwards or open downwards? We look at the sign. Okay, the sign here. So, if the P is positive, P is positive. So, it will be open upwards. So, if the P is something, a number, a negative number, right? Is a negative number, it will be open downwards. So if open upwards, the focus will be on top of the vertex and directrix will be below from the vertex. And the distance from the focus to the vertex is always have the same distance from this vertex to the this line. You know, right? As just now I have explained to you, any point on the parabola is always equidistant from the focus and from the line. So it means that the P, this is the value of the focal length, alright? P is the focal length. Is the focal length. So very important. So okay, this is what I want to tell you. As long as you see x minus h square equals to 4py minus k, then the graph is either open up or open down. Open up or open down is depend on the sign for P. So if the P is something, a positive number when you calculate, so it will be open upwards. If negative, it will be open downwards. Okay, let's go for this. So, and for this type of case where y minus k is square, the graph is either open to the right or open to the left. That's all you need to know, right? So where there is a focus and there is a vertex and there is a directrix, that the directrix is vertical, and this directrix here will be horizontal. And the axis, the most important is the axis of the parabola is parallel. If it vertical means what? Parallel to who? Parallel to the y-axis, right? Parallel to the y-axis. And for this, the axis of the parabola is horizontal, which is parallel to the x-axis, right? Parallel to the y-axis here. So it means the distance from here to here also P, and here also P, alright? Or open up, open to the right or open to the left is depend on the sign here also. If open to the right means that P is positive. If open to the left means P is negative, alright? P is negative. So in this video, I have just introduced you a very simple very simple way of understanding this. You just need to know when there is a x minus h square equals to 4py minus k, in this form, or you can see something that x minus something square, definitely the parabola is open up or open down. Open up means P positive, open down P negative. Okay, I simplify for you. So if in this form y minus k square, then it will be open right or open left. If open right, you know the sign of P will be positive. Open left, the sign of P will be negative. Alright, in this video, I just introduced you briefly. Okay, I just briefing what is the way to identify the shape of a parabola. So in the next video, immediately after you're watching this video, you're watching the next video, I will teach you how the equation given and how you're going to sketch a graph and identify the vertex, the focus, and the directrix. Alright, okay, let's see the next video immediately. Alright, see you.